I'm Bill Janisse, and I hate it when people show up to a party without offering to bring anything.
Welcome to Grumble Goat. My name is Matt Labodka, and this is a show about all the small things that drive me insane. Let's grumble.
Okay, listen, when I invite you over, if I'm having a get-together or any sort of party, I would appreciate the offer. It's just common courtesy to text or call when you're on your way to say, hey, do I need to bring anything? Or would you like me to bring anything? I don't even care if it's disingenuous. I would prefer the disingenuous offer because I'm going to say no anyway. But it drives me crazy when people just show up and all they brought was uninvited guests. That's another thing. Why are you bringing your friends with you? I didn't invite them. I don't know she. And you didn't bring anything. So not only that, you're going to be drinking all of my booze that I had for the people who were invited. It's like, but in what world do you think that that's socially acceptable? No, ma'am. No, lady. You have to touch base with the host. You have to offer to bring them something. And 99% of the time, they're going to say no because just do the dance with me. Can you just fake it? Fake it with me. I would appreciate it. Even if it's disingenuous. As the host, you're like, no, just bring yourself. That's all you need to do. And, you play that delicate courtesy dance. And then the other thing is then when I say no, don't bring anything, you better still bring something just to be extra courteous. Because you know what? You really don't ever go anywhere empty-handed. You got to bring something. Why would you think that it's okay not to? Do you think that the pleasure of your company is so much more appealing without a bottle of vodka? Because I assure you, in order for people to enjoy being around you, they need to be drunk. Now, have you not only kind of been rude, you've thrown off the energy of the entire night. So now you've ruined everything, I assure you. And then everybody hates you. And then as soon as you leave, everyone's going to talk about you. I assure you, I'll start it. Like, let's keep it real. So now let's take inventory here. You've shown up and you didn't offer to bring anything. You didn't bring anything. You brought people with you that weren't invited and you overstay your welcome and you've ruined everyone's night. Do you really want to be that person? Girls, it's not a pretty color on anybody. I assure you. I'm the only one who has the guts to say it. I'm Bill Janisse, and I can't stand it when people come to a party without bringing something. And that's the Grumble Girl.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
What?
Grumble, 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 grumble. What's got your goat?
For the latter half of the show, we'll bring in my better half, Veronique, for an unpretentious look and a segment we call
What's got your goat?
Wait, hey, everybody.
Yes, girl.
Yes, hey, girl.
I think it's okay if we appropriately retitle this episode as the Grumble Girl.
Grumble Girl.
Grumble girl.
Grumble Girl.
Hey, Grumble girl.
Hey, girl. Yeah, exactly.
So we have Bill Janisse in the house today.
Bill Janisse, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming on our show.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
You are our first remote Grumble guest.
Ooh, coming in from afar. Where are you coming in
Where are you
from?
coming from?
I'm coming to you from the loss of the Vegas.
Oh, Vegas. Now, see, I didn't realize you were allowed to broadcast from Las Vegas. I thought what happened in Vegas.
Stays in Vegas.
It stays in Vegas. Well, I'm recording from the comfort of the Hey Girl penthouse right now. So we have security. We have a lot of security.
She fancy.
We're a little fancy up here in Sin City.
And Bill, you also have a podcast called Hey Girl with Bill Janisse.
Oh, is that why we keep saying hey girl to each other?
Hey girl.
Hey.
It's just normal banter,
Now, Veronique, you've appeared on the Hey Girl podcast.
I have. Yes, I've been a guest on Hey Girl, and it was such an amazing experience.
It was a lot of fun.
You are a fantastic interviewer.
I laughed. I listened to it. I laughed and laughed and laughed.
She's like, wait, I wasn't trying to be funny.
Right? I was like, what?
Yeah, wonderful. So what is the Hey Girl podcast about? What do you do?
Yeah, so the Hey Girl podcast, it really is girl.
Girl.
Girl, it will bring you through every level of womanhood. No, listen, the show it's honestly an opportunity for me to highlight other professionals and artists.
Yes.
It's a pretty diverse audience and a pretty diverse
Cast of people.
group of episodes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I've had episodes where I've had on like award-winning mixologists. I've had on executive chefs. I've had on psychics and mediums.
Oh, yeah.
I've had on strippers. I've had on sex workers.
Yes.
Nothing's off limits, of course. Especially living in Las Vegas. My neighbor's a hooker. So,
Right.
I mean,
no, absolutely.
it's the norm.
Well, and like it's a part of our world.
It's
right?
an underrepresented
Let's talk about
part of
it.
our world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the oldest profession.
Exactly.
Let's face it straight up.
So I'm single-handedly untabooing it.
Yeah. So tune into Hey Girl.
So check the show notes for that.
New episodes come out every Friday, and you can check us out at www.heygirlpodcast.com. Girl is spelled with a U. And we're also on YouTube as well.
Now, Bill, you used to live in New York City, as I understand.
I did. I lived there a couple different times as a dancer, but I met Veronique. Very grateful and blessed to have met you because you were one of the only people there that I liked.
Oh. And I take that as a compliment.
Yeah, she's one of
You
the.
should.
Yeah, she's one of the better New Yorkers. Well, she's actually from New Jersey.
From New Jersey.
She's a Jersey girl.
We used to work at Budokan together. We used to have a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So why did you move? Why move to Las Vegas?
So I followed the work. I just, as a performer, you go wherever, there's a show or there's a gig or whatever,
Yeah.
And I moved to New York that time because I was ready to try to get in a show there and whatnot. But they didn't get the memo.
They didn't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, we
so,
all
like,
feel that pain.
Yes.
The reason I moved back to Vegas was I did have a job offer. It just made sense. Like I had already lived here for so long.
Yes.
I had already been here. I already have some roots here.
I mean, as performers, yes, we have to go where the work is, and that's scary. Okay, I got to go on tour now. I may not be able to pay my rent, and I just have to get someone to sublet, and everything's fine.
Yeah, because as a
insane.
performer, we don't think long term.
We certainly do not, and we should, and that should be a class
We need to create an online course guiding performers through this.
Yeah.
retirement account.
But we haven't figured out the answer yet.
Yeah. So
Because
Grumble
it's just
wanted-
as important.
Grumblegoat wanted to take this episode and get serious about finances for artists. Now, the way to open a savings account begins with walking into your local bank. Now, make sure to see if they're FDIC insured.
And if you stop listening, then you know you're an artist.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, girl. You know the struggle's real. We're all familiar with the term starving artist. And
Yes.
we're all trying to make the ends meet.
Sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
Don't you just appreciate it? Like, let's say you have guests over, when people offer to bring something.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
yes.
Yeah. The thing is, one time when I was in college, I learned this lesson. I was invited to a party and like I had a spare bottle, like a handle of Skull vodka, like a cheap
I love that it was a handle. She got the big one, honey.
Skull vodka.
I don't even know what Skull vodka is. I haven't even heard of it.
It's Dan Aykroyd's vodka, right?
No. Don't give me that much credit. I'm not talking about Skull vodka. I'm talking about Skull vodka.
Oh, like SKOL.
Yeah.
I know that.
It's basically rubbing alcohol without the poison added to it.
It's the jungle juice.
So I just brought it with me, being like, oh, I'll drink this at the party, go to the party. And then I grab my bottle. I'm like, all right, it's time to go. So I walk out and people are like, oh, thanks for bringing vodka, Matt, as I walk out. And I was like, oh, when you bring stuff, you're supposed to leave it for the host.
We're
Like,
supposed
I didn't
Bring up
know.
a fascinating point. So my thing is like, I actually always appreciate the offer.
Yes.
I usually decline because I'm that kind of girl. I will make sure that we have a full bar and smorgasbord.
Sure.
But I appreciate the offer. And I don't even mind if it's disingenuous. Just play the game with me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Play, like,
Yes.
Just say, can I bring anything? And I'll say, oh, you're so sweet. No. But you should still bring something.
No,
But
absolutely.
don't listen to me.
Yeah, if you're going to somebody's party, you bring something.
But I love what you brought up, Matt, about taking it back.
Yeah,
at the end of the night, if it's not done.
I've also been in that situation too, that it's like there's so many things that were brought to the party that I'm like, oh, okay, well.
You wonder, you're like, will anyone notice if I take this back?
I know. And then what are the repercussions of taking back
But it
what
didn't
you
even
brought?
it didn't even occur to me that was rude.
Right. Wait, how old were you? How old were you when that
I mean,
happened?
I was probably like 19.
Oh, well, then that makes sense.
That makes sense. But I've had these thoughts when I've been in my mid 20s, my later 20s, my early 30s.
Will anybody notice if I steal that back?
We haven't worked in a year. It's been COVID.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. Yeah, I was just like, times are tough right now.
Oh my God. Do you remember that party that we worked together?
We worked that
So,
party,
okay,
girl.
I was still trying to prove myself in a way.
Yes, and I was so happy we were put on this party together.
I just remember I was trying to prove myself, and I remember thinking, oh, this is, they're giving me a chance to work like a big party, like a
banquet, yeah.
But there was a point where Bear looked at me at one point in this experience. I was like, oh my gosh, we got the bill up pretty high, and I was proud of it. And she looked at me, she's like, yeah, but there's about $600 worth of water on the table.
Right, I know. I was just like, it's a lot of water.
I was like, hey.
So, all right. So we all work in fine dining.
Yes.
What's it now? Do you feel obligated to bring fine wine when you go to somebody's party?
Ooh,
It
interesting.
depends on who the host is.
Yeah. Like if they know their wine, you got to bring something decent.
Right.
But if you know they don't know their wine, you can cheap them out.
Well, you can't bring, what's that? The one that they sell at the Duane Reade.
You're talking about Chateau Diane.
You can't bring Chateau Diane.
Why? What's wrong with Diane? I don't know Diane. Who's she?
Girl, she's a wine product. She's not wine.
Yeah. The bottle says wine product. It's basically
It actually
alcoholic
literally
grape
just
juice.
has wine.
It's juice. It's juice.
I love that question, Matt, because I seriously that same thing. Like it depends on the host.
Yeah.
I come from that school of thought. I'm sure you are as well, because we're such good people.
Yeah.
That you never show up empty-handed.
Yeah.
Yes, and it feels uncomfortable when you walk in without something.
Oh, everyone's gonna hate you. You ruined the whole night, just so you know.
Yeah.
You know everyone's hating on that one person.
Yeah, you go to the house party and they just got a table of booze. You'd be like, oh, what do we got? And they'll be like, oh, Eric brought the Jameson. Kelly brought the Skull.
They have inventory. They're like, yeah, this person brought this.
That's
And then they're like, and then Bill just brought himself, apparently. My favorite is that when they come empty-handed and all, but actually all they did bring was uninvited guests with them. Girl, don't be bringing people. Don't be bringing people to my house if they weren't invited.
Yeah,
Right.
and the amount of wine you bring is exponentially related to how many guests you bring. You bring 2 guests, there better be 4 bottles of wine in your hand.
That's right. 4
And listen, I'm easy breezy, beautiful cover girl, right?
Yes.
I don't mind if it's a $6.99 bottle of Costco wine.
No, we'll drink that
Bring
after.
something.
Yes.
That's
Bring
for
it.
later in the
Just bring
night.
it, girl.
Sure.
Like there was a time recently where I had people over and it was exactly what we're talking about, where there was a specific person who shall remain nameless, but I'm going to talk about you anyway, Dimitri. Showed up, didn't offer to bring anything, and didn't bring anything, and brought people with him,
Oh my God.
and overstayed his welcome.
Wow.
Oh, wait, so what? I have a question, Matt. What is let's say as the host, what has been the best gift anyone's ever brought to you as a host?
Danae's margaritas.
Oh, Danae.
Danae.
Oh, well, Danae.
Yeah.
She makes a margarita that's basically tequila colored slightly green.
Yes, that's like the skinny girl margarita, like where
Yeah.
it's literally just tequila.
That'll put you on the
a splash
floor.
of lime rind.
Right.
I love that. Oh, I love it. What's her name again?
Danae.
It was a fun name.
Danae.
Okay, Danae.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's
It
French.
rolls
It's
off the
short-
tongue really nicely
Yeah,
too.
it's short for Daenerys Targaryen.
I feel like she would be part of the Hey Girl family. Like,
Yes.
hey girl,
Hager,
hey, Danae.
and then Draconis is up there like, "Blah." She's like, hi, girl. Bill, what's the greatest gift you've gotten when you've thrown a party?
Listen, I can tell you
Okay.
without any ambiguity or any hesitation, the best gift you could ever bring Bill Janisse is a bottle of Absolute Elix.
Ooh.
Love it. Luxury estate, single estate vodka distilled in copper. She's amazing.
I love that because I asked you what's the best gift somebody brought over for you, and you just blasted out, everybody bring me this. You're like, here's what I want.
I saw the opportunity and I took it.
Well, and
to
that's
let
the thing.
everyone know. Because if I invite you over, then you're welcome. You're lucky. You're lucky.
If you get an invite to the Janisse abode, that is the hottest ticket in town.
Right. If you're going to the penthouse.
Oh my God, Matt, I love you because that actually is the name of my building is Abode. But I live in the penthouse. I'm in the Hey Girl penthouse.
Hey,
Of
girl.
course, it's not a real penthouse.
Now, all that being said, there is a gradation of how close you are with somebody when they offer to bring something and what you ask of them. Like if you're inviting somebody over and they're an acquaintance, you're like, oh, don't bring anything. Just you is enough. But if they're your best friend,
Which is a lie. I want everyone to know that's a lie. You are never enough.
but if it's your best friend and they text you ahead of time, they're like, what can I bring? You're like, I need an extra bag of chips. I need sweet vermouth and I need some bitters.
Then you ask them for stuff you don't even need for the party. You're like, can you bring over some toilet paper and Lysol?
Yeah.
My question now is, what about the check?
What about the check? What do you mean?
Like when someone invited you to a party and then the check drops, what happens?
You know, sometimes I go by the rule of saying I'll at least offer 3 times. Granted, sometimes the 3 times might just me be going, no.
Right.
No. We're okay.
Yeah. It
No,
doesn't
yes,
matter
I
how many
agree
times
with
you offer, it's how many no's are said. If they say no, my obligation is done.
So what do we think? Like, what's the verdict on this when it comes to social etiquette?
There's a certain set of, I feel like there are ethics involved, even if you bring a gift. If you bring a $7 bottle of Pinot Grigio, you're not allowed to drink half the bottle of Grey Goose.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Somebody finally gets me. No, 100%. I had a friend that would bring a bottle of Sutter home and then put it down and then go for the Vouv all night long.
Right, yes.
Dimitri.
It's like when you go out to dinner and the host is taking care of your meal, you wait for them to order and then you order within the price range of what they're ordering. Same thing when it comes to a house party.
Yes.
If you bring a cheap bottle of wine, you're obligated to stay within the price range. Of, you
have to stay in your bracket. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you can drink the PBRs in the fridge, but you're not allowed to bust open the dragon's breath.
And if you do that, you need to offer to pay for that. If you want a bottle of Vouv, then you need to offer to pay for the $145.
No, here's the thing. If you wanted a bottle of Vouv,
You should have brought one.
Right.
This has been an episode of Grumble Goat.
Thanks for listening.
I'm Matt Labatka.
I'm Veronique Hurley. Please subscribe.
I hate when people say please subscribe.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Oh, it will bring you through every level of womanhood